Alright, guess it's time for a health update. No, I'm not better. I know I look fine. You can't see it. I'll try to make it as brief as I can. It's hard to do that. There's so much to it. I am slightly better. I'm taking a boatload of supplements every day. See that these are killers, and then also things that help you digest and process the killers. And when I say killers, I'm talking about bacterial killers. So I have Lyme disease, Borrelia burgdorferi. I have Babesia, and I have Bartonella, and I have alpha-gal. The update is that there's a lot of updates. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I don't want to be long-winded. I'm a little better, a little. I'm not bedridden anymore. I figured that out on my own from supplements. I figured out which supplements to take because I found out other people were taking them and getting relief. So killers, here are some of the killers I'm taking. I'm taking cat's claw, Japanese knotweed, Patinia, Artemisia. I'm taking cumin, oil of oregano. I'm taking CoQ10, fish oil, NAD, NAC, coenzyme B complex. I'm missing something, but that's the bulk of it. So those first ones are killers. They kill bacteria. I'm not taking any antibiotics right now. Long-term antibiotics, of course, they'll wreck your gut health, among other things. We need good bacteria. I'm taking a probiotic daily. I'm also doing ozone therapy, where they draw some of my blood out and they treat it with ozone gas and UVB light. This also kills some of the bacteria. When the bacteria is killed, it releases toxins, and it makes you feel like trash. It makes you feel worse. And that's called herxing. Herxheimer reaction, or the common term is herxing. And so, like right now, I still have my intense head pressure. I have tremors, vibrating inside my body. It feels like electrical sensation inside my chest. That's the Bartonella. I have twitching. Like last night, for about 5 hours, this latissimus muscle was twitching for hours and hours. That's a Bartonella symptom. When you have the Herxheimer reaction, the herxing, you have to detox. So I'm having to detox all the time. My wife got us a membership at the Y. They have a sauna. So that's one of the ways you can detox. So I've been detoxing. Today I'm going back, and a few days ago, 3 days ago, I guess, I went in the sauna for about 12 minutes. And you're sweating out toxins. Then I went and swam for about 20 minutes. And this is really good because I was actually able to swim laps. I haven't gotten any exercise in like 8 months. Like, I just can't do anything. But I'm able to swim. I have a large lung capacity. Now, I'm not an efficient swimmer, but I can hold my breath for a long time. And so what I've always done is I've gone under the water, kicked off the wall, and I can swim the whole length of the pool underwater in one breath. So I'm getting exercise from that. I did that, I probably swam like 12 laps or something, maybe. So I went sauna, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, pool for 20 minutes, back to the sauna for 10 or 12 minutes, back to the pool for 20 minutes or so, and just swam laps underwater. And I got exercise. Then I showered for like 45 minutes. I'm just trying to detox when I kill all these bacteria. Like, antibiotics will kill the bacteria, but these natural supplements kill the bacteria too. It's just not as not as effective, but also not as destructive. Ivermectin is next, and that is because one of my infections is actually a parasite, and that's what ivermectin kills. So my doctor prescribed ivermectin to kill one of the parasites, and that's coming in the mail from a specialty pharmacy. I'm still seeing the chiropractor. I was going to one acupuncturist who didn't know about alpha-gal acupuncture, but now I'm going to an alpha-gal specific acupuncturist in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from my house. And what they do is they stick one needle in your ear and leave it for 4 weeks. Makes absolutely no sense, but I have heard as high as 50 to 90% of the people say it works for them, to where they lose the alpha-gal allergy. They overcome that allergy. So what happened was I've been bitten by ticks, and the Lone Star tick caused the alpha-gal allergy. It's an allergy to a sugar that is present in the meat of mammals. I cannot eat cow, pig, goat, lamb, venison. And here's the irony. Right now I'm going to pick up, that's my cooler, I'm going to pick up a whole deer that I had processed. I found out the day after that I dropped that deer off that I had alpha-gal. But the family will still be able to eat it. I might be able to bless other people with some of that meat too. So, where was I? Acupuncture is in January to try to overcome this alpha-gal allergy. So I have one allergy, 2 bacterial infections, and the parasite, and all of them are caused by ticks. All of them. I will fill you in on what happened. The series of events. 8 months of. It's been 8 months so far. I think it took me 7 months to get a diagnosis, which is sad. 50% of the medical community dismisses what I have as non-existent. So what happens is they follow the CDC guidelines, which are trash, proven to be trash, and they give you their testing, the Western blot, which is proven to be trash because it gives 50%, 40% false negatives. My voice being ragged is one of my symptoms. So the CDC says it doesn't exist. They give this test that dismisses you, and what happened is they test you for all these things. They can't find it, and so because they can't find it, then they say, oh, it must be psychiatric. Here, take these antidepressants, which are dangerous to some people. Some people need them, and for some people it's dangerous. It was dangerous for me. I tried them and I got off of them because it was dangerous. So I went through that for 5 months with my doctor. My doctor gave up and sent me to, he didn't give up. My doctor, admitted he couldn't solve it, so he sent me to Cleveland Clinic, who did the exact same thing. They gave me the standard tests, which gave me false negatives, said I didn't have what I ended up having. And then they said, oh, here, take this antidepressant. Same thing. Dangerous. So then I got what's called a Lyme literate doctor, LLMD, who gave me a legitimate test. Man, I have the hardest time remembering that name of that term. That brand on the test, I can't remember. IGNX is one of the good tests, and then there's another one. I cannot remember the name of it, but it's the one I took, and it tested me positive for Borrelia burgdorferi, Babesia, and Bartonella, and alpha-gal. So I took those results back to the doctors who said I didn't have it, And I said, okay, well, the blood test shows that I did. And my local doctor was nice about it. But the Cleveland Clinic doctor was awful. First, he said, after I told him that the blood tests show I have it, he said, I still think you don't have it. After the blood test shows I do, I still don't think you have it. I think you have headaches. Yeah, no. So I said, this is the name of the test. This is the, these are the infections that it says I have. These are actual blood tests that say I do have it. And I hope that you will take this information and the information that the CDC guidelines are bad. And what happened with the CDC guidelines is they developed a Lyme disease vaccine that they were going to give to people, but they didn't end up using that. And what they did was they took 2 of the markers out of the test, because if you had taken the vaccine, it would give you a false positive on that test. Well, they took those out, and then they never put them back, even though they never went through with the vaccine. They didn't put those markers back in, so people get false negatives. And I told him all this, and he said, I said, this is the test, this is what I have, this is what the blood test shows I actually have, so please take this information and treat people in the future accordingly. Well, I must have, according to another doctor, I must have triggered some kind of pride, ego-related guilt, because he said, Mr. Mays, I gave you my opinion, and if you want me to schedule you for neurology and gastroenterology here with Cleveland Clinic, I will do that for you. And then he promptly blocked me from responding and asking for that. Yeah. So, yeah, you should feel guilty if you can't even diagnose somebody, much less treat them. Yeah, you should. Absolutely. And the solution isn't to say, well, Mr. Mays. Instead, the solution is change. Remember that do no harm thing? So, yeah, apparently I'm upset about this. And guess who else is? Thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are in my situation. Yeah. So anyway, my update is that standard Western medicine dismisses what I have as non-existent, even though I have it confirmed with blood tests. The standard treatments from Western medicine do not work. If they catch it early, then like 2 weeks of doxycycline can solve it for a lot of people. But they didn't catch it early because their testing is trash. So I'm no longer bedridden because of supplements. I'm also taking ozone therapy. Everything I'm doing is crazy expensive and not covered by insurance. If a doctor is covered by insurance, then they cannot diagnose or treat you because they're following CDC guidelines. If they don't take insurance, they might be able to help you. So the one that I'm with has helped me some. It's going to be a long process. I've heard many people talking about, oh yeah, 2.5 years later, I feel 70 to 90% better. If you're lucky, you go into remission, but it comes back. So this is going to be, from what I have learned, this is not negative. This is realistic. This is a lifelong fight. Just supplements and juggling supplements and treatments and detoxing and all the things all the time for the rest of my life. That's what I have learned. I'm just glad to be out of bed because I couldn't even get out of bed before I figured out those supplements. When I got to the doctor that is Lyme literate, she confirmed the supplements that I was taking. She doubled some of them and she deleted a couple of them. So what I've been doing is, before I even got to a legit doctor, was what got me out of bed. Now that I'm with this doctor, I feel a little better. I don't feel right. I feel trembly and weak and weird. I have major fatigue all the time, and it's bizarre because I had perfect health before this. My blood pressure cannot be regulated. One of my symptoms is that if I stand up too quick, pass out, straight up, just straight pass out. So that's the update. I guess that's all there is to it. I miss my work terribly. I have been able to evangelize on TikTok, and that's going well. One new soul came to the water in faith and was baptized a week after I got back on TikTok, so God is glorified. Amen to that. Yeah. Love all of you. Thank you so much for prayers and for financial support. I could not have paid for that doctor in advance like I did with the Lord's money coming out of your pockets. Doug Gregory said, Lord's money's been in those people's pockets long enough. That's what Doug Gregory says, faithful servant, evangelist, minister. I think that's enough. 15 minutes, not too bad for me. Please keep praying that I can get better. I love you all. Thank you for your... I'm just going to ask for this. If you think about me and you're going to pray for me, I would love it if you would send it in Messenger in a little voice memo. Those are so encouraging. And I found that doing that for other people has blessed me tremendously. Tremendously. I'm praying for those with chronic illness every day at 11:38. Monday through Saturday, 11:38 a.m. Eastern Time. I have a broadcast prayer private just for those with chronic illness, and it has blessed me tremendously to pray for others who are suffering. God comforts us so we can be a comfort to others. That's how that works. That's how He designed His church. I love all of you. Thank you for praying for me. God bless you all.